I understand why there are very strong feelings around what's happening in Gaza, indeed what's been happening in the West Bank, which is hugely disconcerting for people. I understand that. I do think, however, it was right to tell the Israelis how strongly people in Scotland feel about that. And that message has been heard and understood, and we're not going to be meeting them again until a ceasefire is secured in Gaza. Uh, this is what international relations is all about. Are there things that could or should have been done differently around a meeting? I've already said that I'm sorry that for any impression that's been created of a normalisation of relations with Israel. In fact, this is exactly what I said to you last week, the week before, and nothing has changed in relation to that. I've been speaking to a lot of SNP members within our BAME network, within our Scots Asians for Independence affiliated organisations, who've had very strong feelings around all of this because they do feel so strongly about what is happening to people in Gaza is appalling, and I agree with them. I think, though, that everybody appreciates the reasons why the meeting was held, to tell the Israelis how unhappy people in Scotland are about the situation, and we have no plans to be meeting them in the future until peace is secured.
So you won't be considering your position as they're calling for?
No.
How are you going to rebuild trust? Off the back of obviously the protests, obviously a lot of members called for you to resign. How are you going to rebuild that trust?
Sorry, we were in the session just a moment ago.
Well, yes.
Yes. So that's
Okay. Another. Okay. For just a.
okay.
Can I have a quick question? Sorry, Angus.
Yep.
Just you've seen the comments from Colin Cowan last week in the Herald. Oh, sorry. Oh God.
Yep.
Sorry. You know, are you not opening yourself up here to question charges of hypocrisy or even anti-Semitism? The way that the Scottish government is reacting and sort of cutting off.
Again, were you in the session?
I listened to the session. Yeah.
And you were aware that I drew attention to the fact that the ICC and the arrest warrant application is in relation both to Israel and Hamas. Sorry, can I just, in case you missed that?
I didn't miss that. Of course
in
I
case
saw
you
it.
missed that, I highlighted that in support of international rules, the criminal justice system, and the courts, I think it's really important to support that. And I acknowledge that the ICC arrest warrants have been issued in relation to both senior Israeli decision makers and Hamas leaders, who we should never forget murdered a Scot in Israel. So it's absolutely right that in the challenging situation that exists and the strong feelings that exist around what is happening in Gaza and increasingly in the West Bank as well, that we don't lose sight of the fact that people have died in Israel, that hostages remain held captive. Hostages, sadly, we learn, have just been murdered in recent days. There's no easy solution to any of this. But we as the SNP and we as the Scottish Government support international efforts to try and secure a ceasefire in Gaza, indeed in the West Bank too, the release of all hostages, an end to the arms sales to Israel, and a long-standing desire in the international community to secure a two-state solution. Is any of this easy? No, it's not, but it is the position of the SNP and the Scottish Government, and I think that's widely shared around the world.